Hello there. I just noticed that I didn't clean up my little craft corner over here. Don't look at that. Don't. No, I swear I'm not a slob normally. It's just today and any other time you've seen that in the background of my video. So what I want to do today is a little bit different. I want to post a discussion question, and you can respond to it in the comments or by making your own video, and be sure to link it to me. Or can you still do the video responses to videos? Because if you can, you should do that. I want to post a discussion question about why you Project Pan. Is it something that you do to curate your collection? Are you just trying to use up stuff before it goes bad? Are you trying to save money by doing a no-buy? What is your goal when you do a Project Pan? And how do you do that Project Pan? Are you one of the people who does a strict no-buy until your 10 items or whatever is used up, are used up? Um, are you somebody who just likes to use them and keeps buying other things? I want to know what you do with your Project Pans, like why you do this. Um, I will tell you my story. I do this because, let's see, it was probably the middle of 2014, maybe early-ish 2014, that randomly YouTube suggested to me a Project Pan video. I watched it and I was amazed. And I kept watching other people's videos. I would go back and watch people's videos from like a year before or more. Um, and I got really interested in the idea of doing it because I had become quite a makeup hoarder. And I knew that my spending was a bit out of control. Now, this is not something that I share freely, even though I'm posting it on YouTube. I have a lot of anxiety and depression problems. Um, I'm not just, I have depression. No, I go to a doctor. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I take medication for it. Um, and one of the things that I do when I have a flare-up is I spend money. And at some point, that spending turned into spending it on makeup. I've always been kind of an artsy person, so a lot of times my spending would be on paint or canvases or just, drawing books, pencils, whatever. And somewhere along the way, I decided that I wanted to spend money on makeup. So it's along the same lines, but, you know, it's not, even though it's stuff that I'm using and stuff that I'm happy that I own, it's not a healthy outlet, I guess. Um, and so I became more and more aware of that fact. And as I was watching these people do their Project Pans, I thought that's something that I can do to kind of focus any of that stress and anxiety and to make the shopping a reward rather than something that I do when I feel bad. So, I would do a Project 10 pan and then I'd be allowed to shop afterwards. And by January of 2015, I was doing rolling Project 10 pans. Um, and I used a point system, only bought a couple of things. You know, I did a great job. And then I moved in July. My boyfriend and I got an apartment together. And it's not that I don't love it, I do. It's just normal things that are out of the ordinary for me can cause some stress sometimes. Or, work causes stress sometimes. And I noticed that I started spending again. which is why I made kind of a renewed effort into project panning. Haven't put myself on a no-buy quite yet, but I might go ahead and let myself do what I think I need to in the moment until the end of the year. But I definitely want to get back into that habit of, using stuff up and not buying anymore. Not because I have too much. I do have too much, according to plenty of people. But it's not an amount that I personally feel overwhelmed with, which is what I think is most important. Um, but yeah, I like the challenge of it. It gives me something to focus my energy on, and using up products often becomes as gratifying as getting a new one. So I want to know how you feel about this. And this all started because I was reading an old forum thread, and by old I mean, oh, probably end of last year, beginning of this year. So a few months old, maybe almost a year old. And it started out as someone asking for suggestions on YouTubers to watch that Project Pan, and quickly devolved. I mean quickly, like within 2 or 3 posts, devolved into a giant bashing session against a lot of the more popular Project Panners on YouTube. Um, Accusing them of only doing it for the views, accusing them of cheating, of, not, they complained that they weren't doing it for the original reason. The original Project Pan was that she used up 10 things and didn't spend any money. So, the more typical route of a Project Pan. And they were complaining that just because they didn't do it that way, it wasn't a real Project Pan. Or complaining, and this is something that I see often, but it's never something that I would be mean to someone about. The fact that there is, especially among some of the more popular panners on YouTube, and you know the ones I'm talking about, that they have a cycle of pan haul, pan haul, pan haul, or declutter haul, and they really hated that. And something like that, I'm like, well, yeah, I can understand if you're a person who wants motivation to not buy things. That's a huge detriment. But at the same time, I mean, I can't say anything. I started my channel with a giant haul. And it's hard to tell what's going on in people's lives. Just because they're hauling doesn't necessarily mean that they are doing the panning just for views, or that they're doing the hauling just for views. Um, like I said, I am doing it right now where I'm still allowing myself to buy things because, there's still things that I don't have and want, because I do genuinely like makeup. But I'm still going to do the Project Pans because, it's something that gives me motivation. I like to use my products and make sure they're being used. Um, so it just really rubbed me the wrong way that all these people were so critical over the way that people do Project Pans, or the way that they do them on YouTube, I guess is more appropriate. Um, so I'm sorry this is getting long. It's turned into a bit of a rant. Um, but yeah, anyway, let me know what you think. Please don't be mean. If you agree with the people on the thread, and I'm not going to tell you which one because it's got a lot of really mean stuff in it, and I hate to be mean. Even with the anonymity of the internet, I hate to be mean. I hate killing my Sims. I feel bad when I kill my Sims. You don't understand, you guys. I hate it when people are mean. But, I should cut this off before we go too much over 10 minutes. Let me know what you think in the comments as a video response. Make your own video and link it in the comments. If you don't do videos, still tell me what you think in the comments. I really want to know. Um, and I will see you again soon. Maybe with another, I'm planning another Get Ready With Me if I ever wake up early enough in the morning. My update to my 13 by Halloween will be coming up soon. I'll have monthly empties. I did finish up quite a few things and I want to review some of them. And I'm also thinking about doing a favorites for this month because, believe it or not, I actually use things outside my project pan. I know, right? It feels good when you don't have to use exactly the same products all the time. I used to do 20 products at a time and roll 10 over into the next project. It was excruciating sometimes. But that aside, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like this video, tell your friends. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be on this journey, whether you watch it or respond or subscribe or not. So don't ever feel like you have to, but I would love it if you did, because, you know, the more interaction in Project Panning community, the better. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.